Anyway, sorry about that interruption. Anyway, I'm sorry. What I was coming to say was in response to the other let's get real video that I put up talking about the Virginia attacks. First of all, I was asking a question to people that live in Virginia. I don't know if there was a gentleman that had left a comment. I was, he didn't say if he was from Virginia or not. I would assume he was from Virginia because the information that he put. And I'm glad. I mean, I'm glad to get some of the feedback because I'm trying to figure something out here. What I was asking was it the state or federal government that decided to take the statues down? And you gave me a lot of information, which, yes, I do know about the Jim Crow laws. Yes, I do have a high school diploma, and I have some college degrees. I have an associate in criminal law, thank you. And yeah, I know some of the stuff that you did put there, so don't tell me to go educate myself, because, yeah, I already did educate myself. And, but anyway, I wasn't, didn't want anybody to be telling me to educate myself when I know what I'm talking about. Because what I was asking was a question. It was a question, not, and you did give me a lot of information, but, I'm talking about that statue was there since 1927. I was wondering why they didn't say how come there was no issue with it back then. Like, why they're making a big deal of it now. But if they really felt that way, that they didn't want the statue or whatever it was, then maybe they should have said something maybe years ago. And why we're waiting for when Trump comes in office, I'm just curious about that. Why we're waiting when Trump is in office to start making this whole big riot or whatever deal. But anyway, I also said I did blame the driver of that car. I don't know if you paid attention to what I was saying. I did blame the driver of that car, and also the other people that were causing trouble too. Okay, but what I'm saying is, when they're doing that, they know people, those types of groups are going to come out of the woodwork that were low-lying. You understand what I'm saying? They were low-lying, so they're going to come out and they're going to start up their nonsense. And I did give you a comment back explaining why I was saying this, because let me say something here. There's a couple people I know that have shaved heads, and a few of the gentlemen that I know are in the military. Okay, they're in the military, but yet because of this stuff that was happening, they're getting walked up on and being called a racist Nazi because they're in plain clothes. They don't know if they're in the military or not. How do you know somebody is not in the military, and that is why they had their head shaved? Just because their head is shaved, or anybody walking down the street with a shaved head is not a freaking Nazi, is what I was trying to say. Okay? Not everybody. I mean, they could just shave their head because it's summertime and it's hot. I mean, you know, I shave my head, okay? I don't have any symbols on me saying I'm a racist, okay? That's the whole point of that. But I do appreciate your feedback. I do appreciate you leaving a comment, okay? Because I was looking for other people's, how they were feeling about this whole thing. And that's how I'm going to look at it. I don't look at your comment as negative or anything else. But I don't need to educate myself because I already know. Because I already know people that live down there, first of all. And I'm talking deep. I'm talking Alabama. I'm talking Georgia, Alabama, and Louisiana and Mississippi is what I was referencing to. Now, I know some people in Virginia, and, you know, some people that don't have nothing to do with that shit, really, that's scary. They should not have to live with that. They shouldn't have to like deal with that nonsense, especially in that town that's in. And yes, I do blame the driver of that car. I didn't say I didn't. Okay, that guy belongs in jail. He's a piece of garbage. And or like I said, or whatever I said, piece of garbage, whatever. That's how I think of him. But you know, I shave my head. Okay, I'm not walking around and calling people stuff like that. I don't go with those groups. Okay, I have friends that were in them type of groups, and I chose not to associate with them. And but there's other people that are just liking, that shave their head because they like the freaking style, or they like punk music, whatever it is, that, you know, but my problem is that they start grouping people together that have nothing to freaking do with that like go on life and like mind their own business, don't got nothing to do with that shit, and then get labeled a Nazi. Okay, that's where my problem is. They get called racist Nazi names because they voted for Trump. They're a Nazi. Blah blah blah. That is what the point I was trying to make. You know, you can't just, you know, so what? They voted for Trump. You know. Yeah, and by the way, Trump is not a Nazi either. But, you know, but people are going to call him that because they're jerk-offs and just want to call him that. But I'm saying, I have a lot of friends. Yeah, they're all freaking shaved head, alright? I have people with long hair, okay? I have dudes that have their head shaved underneath and with the hair on top. Yeah, but they have certain haircuts, you know, but they're racist, Nazi, they're blah blah blah. Come on now. Why do we need to do that? I mean, people that have nothing to do with this stuff, that they, you know, and they're outraged. They're outraged that, I mean, they're outraged that those people were acting up like that, and those groups were acting up like that. But we're not, all white people are not collaborating with these people, okay? Is what my point is. And I know, I did book reports on the Civil War. I have family that fought in the Civil War. Okay, I know all about it. Okay? I don't gotta educate nothing. Because I know. And I said my opinion too. I didn't say it was true facts and whatever. So that little comment about educating myself, I don't need that, because I said it was my opinion. It was my opinion of what I thought it was going on. Okay? And that's what freedom of speech is for. But you see my point. Other people left a comment. But you see my point, why I go over the live stream. Because I cannot, on YouTube, you cannot say what you want to say. Because you're going to get that. But, like I said, I got no beef with you putting your comment there, and I appreciate your comment, because like I said, I want to have people come in. And I'm not saying I don't know anything about you. I'm not saying I don't know if you're part of the group, or, you know, which I'm not saying, I'm not pointing fingers and saying people are groups or in groups, but you have a right to say what you have to say, and I have a right to say what I have to say. And you know what I mean? I mean, that's what freedom of speech is for. I mean, they actually have freedom of speech to protest, unfortunately. But you also had the other flip of the coin, okay, that has also been violent towards white people, okay? And nobody cares. Mainstream news does not care that those particular groups have been violent towards white people. Okay, you know? Are they getting back at us for shit? You know, some of us weren't born yet. And are they getting back at us for their ancestors? I mean, that's the whole point of that. Why are we being held responsible for shit that like, happened to their ancestors? I wasn't born. I was born in 1975. I wasn't born yet when their crap down in the South was going on, okay? I wasn't born yet. So I had no part of that. And and people shouldn't walk up to me or be telling me I need to pay them because, you know, shit happened to them years ago. I mean, I don't want to pay you. I wasn't part of that. Why don't you go after the people that did shit to your family years ago? You know what I mean? I don't need that either. I'm not gonna pay for somebody else. If we were tortured and what do you call it? And what do you call it? Hosed down. Yes, I know about the hosing down in Alabama. Okay. If we were hosed down like that, would they care to pay us? If it was us and they were doing it to us, would they pay us for our damaged lives, or our you know, great or grandparents or mothers or whoever was back in that time? Would they pay us? I don't know if they would pay us. You know, that's what I mean. It's like I don't want to pay for something that happened years ago that I wasn't around to do. Okay, I wasn't part of that. That was then. This is now. It's 2017 is what I'm saying. Okay. You're going back, and what I'm saying is these people are just going backwards instead of forwards, alright? But if you're, I mean, if people like I said, I don't know anything about you, but if your family was like, I'm sorry, like, for people that down south that had to deal with abuse. People should not have been abused back then, but they were. That's old school mentality, though. They, you know, like, I don't know why they would think that about people. But that's people, like you know, mindset. That's mindset of people. That has nothing to do with my mindset. My mindset is not on that. I do what I gotta do in life. I pay for what I gotta pay for. You know what I mean? But they have rioted. They've blown up. They've set fire to their own stuff. I mean, really. But they want to blame white people for that. Okay. You know, like I said, I have family that fought in the Civil War, but we were from New England, so we were, you know, fighting north, I guess. But I mean, I don't have any family down south, but we were fighting north. But you know, hey, my people died. You know, a lot of people had family in the Civil War on both sides. You know, but they made a big deal. They wanted to wear white sheets or whatever, you know, instead of just leaving those people alone, letting Abraham Lincoln, making them free, and they didn't want to hear about it. That's not my problem. But you know, but when you go and you start calling me, or my friends, you know, racist Nazis, I got a problem with that. That's the whole point. Okay. So anyway, that's my thing. But like I said, I'm not. But you know, hey, you had a good comment to me though. That was good. I enjoyed reading that. But yeah. But I know stuff. I've researched it. Okay. So I do my research. I do my homework before I start talking about something. I'm not stupid, and I don't read shit and whatever. So, you know, I don't need to be educated. I don't need someone telling me to be educated. Alright, thanks. So, yep, that's the video. So, anyway, thanks for watching. Please like, subscribe, and all that, whatever's. Okay, thank you. And now I'm gonna go over a live stream and do what I gotta do there. Because remember, I can't be what I can't be over here. Bye.